Hi, I'm Martin Cutler and a very warm welcome to DSI London Television. Dive in and watch everything that the world's first online dance channel can offer you. We've got ballroom, we've got Latin American, we've got exhibition dancing, we've got salsa, we've got Argentine tango, sequence, old time, we have the whole lot. And you want to know some new steps? We've got all the choreography. You want to know how to do it? We've got the world's leading technicians teaching you how to do it. We've got interviews with the world's top dancers and much, much more. And over the coming months, we'll be bringing you all of the best that the world has got to offer. 24/7, 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Dance on demand. Sign up now and enjoy all of the best from the world's dance. Whether you're a competitor, a coach, a teacher, whether you're a world champion or whether you're an absolute beginner, we can guarantee that we've got something for you. You'll love it. I'm Martin Cutler, I'll be there and I hope to see you there too. And remember, www.dsi-london.tv.
It's quite an unusual colour there from Natasha, I think I'm seeing. It's sort of like a grey-green colour.
Yeah.
That's unusual, but I like unusual colours because they really stand out.
Yeah, that's true. But the white on this floor always looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's stunning, absolutely stunning.
And there's some beautiful dancing there from Domen. Such good balance. You know, we talked about balance earlier on, didn't we, when we talked about the expert thing. And Arunas and Katusha, as I said, they've now won it since 2009, so this would be their fourth year if they should win it this year.
Actually, her signature colour is generally white. She loves wearing white, but of course she can't wear white all the time. So
No,
this
that's
time
true.
we can see she's gone for lilac.
Andrea and Sarah there, as I was going to say earlier on, they've actually been amateur champions twice. Domen and Monica showing some beautiful control chassis descent there and quick up reverse. To a hover, showing beautiful control of balance. There's that dress colouring that you were talking about.
Yeah,
from
very
Sasha.
different.
And Natasha rather. Sasha's in black as normal.
That's right. It would be a bit wrong if he was wearing green.
I don't know, it might be different.
Oh, it might be different for sure.
Beautiful throwaway oversway there, fully extended. Everybody seems to want to be in that corner with Robin Short. I think that's obviously where the party is. This is also going to be a very difficult final to place because I think our chairman, Mr. Stan Page, will soon put that right. Andrea and Sarah there. They really have made the jump into the professional ranks so quickly and moving as they have. I mean, at the moment they must be ranked third in the world, and from 2 years ago winning this title as an amateur.
Unbelievable. It's interesting how some people are very suited to professionals.
Yes.
Some people come out of amateur and they don't suit the professional at all, and some people really, really do.
And the way they make this dance so easy, they make it look so simple.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Talking of simple, that wasn't
particularly
simple.
good. And the look that Victor gave him then was
Yeah.
not as friendly as maybe sometimes
No.
it could be. I'm sure it wasn't intended. But sometimes when you're dancing and that happens, I mean, in the heat of the moment, you always think that...
In the earlier rounds, there were quite a few
oh,
falls.
yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Thank you very much, professionals.
I do like Pasolobli, but I don't really have a favourite. It depends what mood I'm in.
Latin American dancing, yes.
Here we have Julia again.
Yeah.
She always has all the time in the world. I think that's a really...
That's the secret, isn't it,
yeah,
with the
that's a
dancing?
real... Yeah. It's so hard to do that because even though she has lots of different speed changes and intricate foot movements, she's still got the time.
And Ricardo, obviously, there, he's always in the right place to catch.
Yes, yeah.
It's sometimes the difficulty of a male dancer, isn't it? You know, you've got this very, very fast, rhythmical partner that you're dancing with, and you've got to be on the ball all the time to catch them.
Absolutely, absolutely. And to look together at the same time.
said, their routines are so full of tricks, and they come out of the blue. I mean, things like
Yes.
opening out there, and then they're standing still, and all of a sudden you'll see spins like that.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Nobody else can spin like
no,
that.
no. And then this développé
That's
here.
her signature move.
Yeah. Just missed as we now take on Sergey. Melia.
She's always so passionate, and she puts absolutely 150% into everything she does.
And in the front there, Stefano and Dasha. He must be really feeling so pleased with himself as well, because when they started earlier over at Brentford, it wasn't quite gelling together. And in each one of the rounds, he's getting more. Now she's going to believe in herself, isn't she?
Yeah, definitely.
Linda and Sergey. Or should say Andre.
Andre.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, with your applause, they present The Jive. Thank you, Steve.
Of course, now the question is, will Michael and Joanna make it 8? Or will Ricardo and Julia break their duck here? Come from second to win, or will there be an upset? Maurizio is trying to be that upset. There you are, Stefano, as you say,
Full of energy.
running on pure adrenaline there.
Some intricate
Ricardo
rhythms there.
certainly hasn't given up the fight, has he? Lots of rhythm going on there.
Jive is a tricky dance to try and change the rhythm with them, because I think it's so important to keep going with the bounce and the jive rhythm. I think sometimes couples try and be clever with the choreography, and
And to create, when you do create the stillness, you create stillness and then
Yes.
immediately start the energy again. You're dancing around with them in here, don't you? She's bobbing around on her seat, folks. And as I've said before, this room is rather bijou, so, you know, all this rocking on my knee is not good.
Jive always does that to me. Right about now, they're feeling very tired, but
Roll
they've
his
got to
sleeves
keep
up there.
going. This is it, the last bit. It all counts. Because those judges are still
Doing his lap
looking.
of honour.
Oh, well done. Fantastic final.
You feel like you want to clap in here, don't
Yes.
you? Yes. Listen to that audience. It's so good when you're on that final, listening to that audience, is that noise.
Incredible.
It is unbelievable. But you had a very good Latin girl there in Jane. And of course you may have noticed from the accent, he's not quite English, this guy.
Not quite.
No. Although you've been sort of here, how many years have you been here?
Well, I've lived here longer than I've lived, certainly a lot longer than I've lived here, about 30 years now.
Andrew and Karina there in this final, I think for the first time. Yeah, that's Chong and Jing. Again, we talked about this backline, didn't we, John? You know, it's fantastic.
Yes, tango I find is an interesting dance for the ballroom dancers. Sometimes the soft dancers can struggle with this.
Yes. Sergio and Dorota there, though.
No trouble for this couple.
No, Marek and Paulina, they have that power through the legs, through the shape, through the body. Nice slow contra check there, but then that shows the differences, doesn't it?
Yes.
Between the speed.
A nice slow movement into some quick speed. It's all about control and acceleration.
Yep. Cash there. This is one of the dances that he maybe loses a little bit because he's got such body flight
Yes.
that is not needed in the tango.
They're very tall dancers.
Yeah, yeah. And Manuel and Tanya, they seem to switch from the flight dances, the swing dances, to this tango.
Great foot speed there.
Yeah,
Connection together.
yeah, the passion of the dance, you can see that. Yeah, we're flashing backwards now to Andrew and Karina. Just a small bump there with Malak.
And thank you very much to our amateur competitors.
But you were saying earlier, John, that this dance looks beautiful and looks so nice, but it's such a difficult dance to keep. You know, to keep that posture because of
Yes.
the rotation.
Yes, it's the laws of physics, isn't it? For rotation, for two objects to rotate around, they have to be as one. So the dance in itself, the dance structure is quite simple, but the technique is quite difficult. for
Yes.
Two people to keep rotating around.
Well, it's also that speed of rotation on the natural turns there, where you have to keep the foot flat because there's no chance to do the rise and fall. As you see, they're so well illustrated by Manuel and Tanya. The drawing of that flat foot to the side to keep the body flat, so you're able then to take the weight to drive through on to the next step.
Yes, I think that's a perfect. This is a perfect example by them why they have been the champions.
Marek also showing very well that technique. Slightly rise there on the front half.
Yeah, that's good dancing.
This is where Lukasz also comes into his own because he's got such long legs. He can swing so powerful.
Yes, free swinging, isn't it? Free movement. Creating just the right amount of sway.
A nice slow contra check there to finish the dance off from Chong Jing.
Ladies and gentlemen.
This samba. Thank you, Steve.
So from
And
a
of course-
stationary dance to a progressive dance.
Yeah, and with only 6 couples on the floor now, it gives them a lot more space. Ferdinando and Julia.
The great thing about Ferdinand and Julia is that their choreography is always readable.
Yeah, yeah. There's so much rhythm in that body as well, though, isn't there? So we have Neil and Katerina.
They look like they're having a good time out there, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, the crowd are going to be behind him 100%.
Trolls and Nina, they're really after this, you can see. What I like about this couple is that they combine a subtlety and a rhythm with power, so they have both facets.
Such basic dances as well,
Yeah.
such basic fundamental
Yes.
steps. Morton and Rosalina there. They are dancing so well. You know, sometimes when you're in the final for the first time, the excitement takes over, doesn't it? Mirko and Maria there.
Mirko's had a haircut. He used to have a ponytail.
That is a new short haircut, isn't
Yes.
it?
We've all done the ponytail.
Shorter than yours, John.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back with Malak and Kinga there. And as you say, you always read what they're doing. You always see their steps.
I'm delighted for this couple. They've worked hard over the years.
But that floor's very hot as well, isn't it, John? I mean, with all the lights, it does sap your energy.
Oh, it's very hot out there.
Grand finalist, Latin Amateurs.
Do you find it awkward, John, that when you've judged this competition,
next dance.
that you only judge 2 dances out of the 5,
Thank you, Steve.
and therefore you don't really have chance to get into the competition? Or do you like watching, sitting and watching?
Yeah, I quite like sitting and watching. I think you get the benefit of both judging and the enjoyment
Yeah.
of watching at this event.
Yeah, because I think what some people don't realise that when you're actually watching like this, it's a different method than judging, isn't it? When
Yes.
you're judging, it's a quick, what do I like, what do I see? Like that beautiful dance in there from Neil and Katya, beautiful line there, settlement onto that fan position, excellent stuff.
See, they're beautiful and soft.
Yeah,
It's not harsh, the speed changes, the speed is absorbed even though the acceleration is great.
and Kirill and Elvira there, a lovely girl again, wonderful leg action.
Kirill's a very powerful male dancer.
Yeah, yeah. And he's certainly dancing well tonight.
There's no nonsense there.
Yeah. Thirty's doing so well. But they're so good together, aren't they? They're perfect fall for each other. Their styles blend so well. And we were talking earlier with Brian Watson about the togetherness of their dance. Morton and Rosalina there.
Yeah.
44.
Doing a good job, aren't they?
They
Especially
are.
for their first final. You know, Morton, he hasn't quite got, you might say, the postural strength of, say, the top three boys.
It's the final extension, isn't it? That
Yeah.
final 2, 3 inches, 3 centimetres to
You
finish
know,
everything off.
they're only young, and they've got time on their side.
Do you know, I like that newer hairstyle.
Yeah. I love their dancing.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, if you were teaching a couple, you would say, look at their dancing. That's good fundamentals. Their fundamentals
Yeah.
are correct.
Absolutely.
Now the excitement's really happening. Samba rocks, beautifully danced. Justina really giving it everything she's got in this. Well, not many dances to go now. And what about that, ladies and gentlemen? Absolute perfection. So now, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the semi-final stage of the professional ballroom at this year's London Ball. And here we start with Donatas and Lina from Lithuania. Now, this couple in recent months have been extremely successful on the competition circuit. Some beautiful natural figures there from Matthew and Anna. Delighting us this evening with some wonderful, wonderful shapes as we see here. And of course, the recent champions of the international championships, the very, very popular Arunas and Katusha. Marit and Alina from the USA. And here we focus on, of course, Arunas and Katusha.
A beautiful waltz. Thank you very much, couples. Thank you, heat one.
So as these couples take the last waltz of the evening, we're going to spend a little time this evening watching the reigning international champions, Arunas and Katusha. Looking again delightful in new dress here for the final. But of course, Arunas and Katusha always have the necessary composure and artistry to be true champions. Showing us really how to do it here. Beautiful chassé action. Little run into some beautiful pivot actions. And of course, Mikhail and Olga here from the United States of America. Victor Fong and Anastasia. absolute artistry with Arunas and Katusha there. Domen showing a beautiful contra-check finish, releasing there at the end. Well, so here we go, we have 6 couples, 6 more to come in this semi-final stage of the London Ball Professional Latin. We start off here with Gunnar and Marika. This partnership not being together very long, but already gaining top honours and a very successful and popular couple. And it's the ever favourite Sergei and Melia. Now this couple have already achieved such a wonderful career. Here we see Yuri and Jagoda from Slovenia. Now this couple have a very different cha-cha action, very appealing, lots of still actions during an interesting choreography. The talent and artistry here this evening being represented is truly wonderful. This competition is going from strength to strength, and this year the best ever. The crowd's packing in here this evening to enjoy every moment of these couples. So we start here with Emmanuel kicking us off with the cha-cha-cha in a beautiful white and green now for the final. Such a beautifully rhythmical couple, this couple. Wonderful slick actions from these couples. Yuri and Jagoda, we just missed them there, and now Andre and Melinda. Sergei and Melia, and a dress change as well. Wonderful fringe number there. This man is so strong on the floor. And Melia complements him wonderfully. Beautiful choreography. Andre donning a white shirt there. Looks like velvet trousers. Always a favourite. Of course, these couples benefiting this evening and really enjoying the live music of Ashley Frolek and the Empress Dance Orchestra, of course, world renowned from being from the Blackpool Ballrooms. And I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, these couples have been dancing from the early hours of this morning and enjoying every minute of this live music. And we see Marek and Paulina again from Poland dancing a really, really passionate tango here. And Gaetano and Emanuela really coming across this floor so beautifully this evening. Very strong actions being shown from them all evening this evening. We see Alex Gunnarsson and Lee Zend from England. Of course, He Chong and Shang Ying from China having a very successful year this year with competing all over the world.
Thank you, Heat 1. Heat 2.
And move to the slow foxtrot. We start, of course, with Fedon Anna. And I'm sure they'll be heading back to Russia within the next day or so, and hopefully have had a truly wonderful time here, finishing off their London week here at the London Ball in this truly exceptional final. Marek there for Lena, just continue to exude true artistry. Beautiful fallaways, feather finishes, wonderful hover action there from these two. Of course, Dusan and Greta, I'm sure pleased to make this first-class final this evening. And here's the couple of the moments, of course, He Chong and Shan Ying. Now this couple I might have mentioned earlier actually were runners-up at last year's London Ball, in fact. And were placed third at this year's International Championships just a couple of days ago. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, what an absolutely wonderful semi-final. Start with Vladimir and Olga, of course travelling here from Russia for this very important week. A very popular couple here, Trolls, of course, and Ina. I'm sure will be challenging very highly this evening for top honours. Of course, Trolls and finishing second at the International this week. And Yulia there showing us some beautiful, beautiful cha-cha-cha actions. Another popular couple there, Marek and Inga from Poland. Every one of these couples having their own individual style for this dance. So here we go, Neil and Ekaterina. I'm sure we'll be trying to retain the amateur London Ball title from last year. Looking truly fresh, having danced all week and achieving such top honours as becoming again 2012 International Dance Champions. Maybe they will notch one more this evening. Let's wait and see. Now, Trolls and Ina, such a successful time together. Notching up between them some successful results, challenging for the top place on many occasions. Here we see Marek and Kinga, and apologies Marek, I misread the name earlier, but well deserved in this truly wonderful final. And very interesting, Marek and Kinga really playing with the crowd and each other there in that first dance, the cha-cha-cha.
Ladies and gentlemen, a sumptuous feast of dancing is laid out before us. dancers, tantalise our terpsichorean taste buds with your first dance, the Cha-Cha-Cha. Thank you, Ross.
Whoa, what a final we're in for.
We're up for a match here.
Starting with Ricardo and Julia. There we have Sergey and Michael. Michael and Joanna now. It's like being a judge, looking backwards and forwards from one couple to the other.
It is.
To see which one you want.
Yeah, here you have to be really...
Andre.
That color on her dress is very nice on this floor. She looks beautiful in that one.
Maurizio. Absolutely loving. He always does. He loves his dancing, doesn't he? You talk to him, he's got such a passion.
Yeah. And the break they had, that didn't seem to interfere with their performance. They are full of energy.
It's almost as if the result doesn't matter to those pair. They just want to be on that floor dancing.
Well, I'm sure here that Sergey has a goal today and wants to do really well.
He has such fast feet. When he changes, like that.
They're very fast, they're very slick, and they're very precise and accurately on the music.
He almost seems as though he doesn't have a choreographed routine.
It's very simple and very easy for him.
Oh yes, is that good for you, ladies and gentlemen?
Indeed.
Come on, give it up for these couples. And we welcome back onto the floor, ladies and gentlemen, the United Kingdom Professional Ballroom finalists. Now, you've just seen Saucy, Cheeky and Sexy. Now let's do Beauty, Grace, Elegance,
completely different
and then
final,
we'll
Martin.
get to the
Absolutely. I mean,
From
Thank you, couples. Your first dance,
As
the
Philip
waltz.
said,
Thank you, Ross.
being saucy and sexy, how would we describe
Well,
this
you
final?
could not really call the way Arunas and Katusha dance
Saucy and
saucy and
sexy.
sexy.
No.
No.
Even though she's in a red dress.
Absolutely. No, they are the epitome of class, of style.
And you can see the public watching them on the front
There's
row.
also a change in mood with the public when there's more of a serenity when they're watching this.
Yes.
Obviously, they all are just as excited, but it's in a much more learned manner.
That's right.
Although that's probably decrying the Latin people because Andrea and Sarah there.
Beautiful ronde.
Yeah, beautiful action. They have tremendous changes of power. They encompass all of the lowering action and then the driving through of the legs afterwards.
I mean,
Anastasia also.
as these beautiful ballroom couples move through the floor, it's their knees that have to work, isn't it? Extension of legs.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's that collects the weight so they can then measure the next part. They can swing their legs forward, measure the stride, swing their body, and then that collection, all important, otherwise the balance is transferred through the leg instead of onto the leg. Whilst we have body flight, we have a controlled action. It's Valerio there, and Julia. I'm not too sure about the dress, Pam, for ballroom. I love the idea. but I'm not quite sure.
It's the same when I saw a few years ago trousers.
Yes.
Some of the girls, and I wasn't sure about that.
A beautiful opening waltz. Thank you, dancers.
It's a gorgeous dress.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.